Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome yet to another very exciting episode of Leaders Podium powered by Shiftz. And today we have a very special guest from us with us, industry stalwart, Mr. Amlan Kumar Dasgupta. Sir, welcome to my podcast and thank you so much for taking out your precious time. Mr.
Namaste.
Dasgupta is a very prominent leader in the hospitality and allied industries. Sir has over 28 years of experience driving success in various sectors through innovative strategies and exceptional leadership. His notable roles include Director of Sales at the Park Bangalore, Executive Director at Saksham Training and Facility Management Private Limited, Group CEO of Concept Group. He also founded Chrysalis Mavens Consulting Private Limited, a business management consulting firm in 2020. Sir also serves as Vice President Skill Development at Presidency College of Hotel Management. His academic credentials include an in-campus course from the famous Cornell University and an ongoing education in advanced strategy management at IIM. Sir, it's an honor and a privilege to have you with us today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rachit. Thanks a lot. It's my pleasure to be on your show
Thank you, sir.
and contribute to the ecosystem.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Sir, firstly, just wanted to ask you, how come, what drove you towards hospitality? You have such an amazing, I was reading your background and we have interacted. Amazing to learn about you, but how come you chose hospitality as a field of interest for yourself?
Okay, that's an interesting story, Rachit, and it dates back to 1997. Okay, and so 1997 was the time when I was into sales and marketing, into real estates and other allied industries. I was doing into sales and marketing. So there was this vacancy with the Park Hotels, the Park FPJ Surendra Hotels.
Yes.
There was a vacancy of a sales executive and sales personnel. So I applied for, and I was interviewed and I got selected. So
Wow.
that's how I stepped into the hoteliering fraternity. Now in 1997, let me tell you, Rachit, the interesting part is that, I was a non-hotelier.
Yeah.
I was a non-hotelier who stepped into a hotel.
Yeah.
Okay. So what happened with me is very interesting. And, I am blessed for that because I had my seniors around who were no less than tutors, and I went through the entire courses of what you call the hotel management on a very different way, on a hard way. So that's how I started my career with the Park Hotels, and from a sales professional, graduated quietly into a bit of operations, bit of sales, and then moved into Park Bangalore, the Park Bangalore in 2009, and 2009 to 2012. And what had happened, the interesting part was, Rachit, that whenever there was a dip, okay, a dip in business or something, whenever there is a crisis.
Yeah.
So I was fortunate enough to be called in.
Wow.
So I was called in to the Park Bangalore, 2009, 22nd May. I landed, and then we were trailing. I would mention here, we were trailing on the budget in May, and by March 2010, with 31st March 2010, with the team, we could even it out. We were positive, and so we went in. So 2000 till 2012, I was with the Park Hotels. In between, in 2011, I was sponsored by the Park Hotels to the Cornell University in campus, and they have a program where I learned the nuances of hotel hospitality, revenue management, and a couple of other areas. So after that stint, 2012, I moved into skill development and facility management, and the journey continued. So then 2012 to 2017 with Saksham Training and Facility Management, where I learned the skill development. I went into skill development, and then the skill development ecosystem in the entire country was shaping up. And I was very fortunate again that 2012 onwards, I literally saw the mother of all skilling programs, which is STAR, STAR. That is called the mother of all skilling programs, which is Standard Training Assessment and Reward. That's STAR. Okay, that came up, and a parallel ecosystem started on skill development.
Yes.
So I was fortunate enough, 2017 to 18, and 2018, 2017 I was there. 2018, before that I had a stint with Concept Group as the group CEO. Then I moved into Royal Orchid Hotels, which you see my profile, 2018, and picked up the position of Vice President, Skill Development.
Wow.
2020, just before the pandemic, the entrepreneur bug bit me, and I just jumped into management consulting. And thankfully, I'm so much thankful to the entire fraternity that a couple of my employers became engaged with me, and I still continue there on a different engagement model. So thus you have me still as the Vice President Skill Development of Presidency College of Hotel Management. Okay, and a couple of other areas. So this is my journey.
Very
So
interesting, sir.
what I feel, Rachit, is what I wanted to convey to the ecosystem and the fraternity out there, larger. When there is a will, there is a way. That's number one. Make it happen. Make it happen. When there is a will, there is a way. If I could do it, you all now having the students having a lot of courses, opportunities, will be certainly able to make it. Over to you.
Absolutely. So this is very inspiring. And, because I'm also like, now working with the industry, seeing the industry, and, it is a pretty closed industry, right? And, especially, and what's very inspiring about your journey, and what's very interesting also, if I may call you an accidental hotelier, because and from there, teaching people how to run hotels, how to run their business efficiently, and training students to become leading hoteliers. So I think that's a very, very inspiring journey, I would say. And salute to you, sir, for that. So based on
Thank
that,
you.
I wanted to firstly ask you, because you've seen the full length and breadth, and I think more from your personal experience, coming from a non-hotel background, started off with sales, then skilling, then managing the entire P&L of a hotel. What do you think are the most important skills and competencies which students nowadays should develop to succeed in the hospitality industry?
Absolutely. And a brilliant question, Rachit. And I think the first thing, the very first thing,
Yeah,
you call it competency, call it whatever, is an attitude.
true.
The first thing which is required
Hmm.
in any student fraternity is an attitude to serve, an
Hmm.
attitude to be of help, an attitude to be of use. We are in the service industry. So while saying this, there are a couple of traits, the couple of areas which predominantly a hospitality or a hotel management student should look into is customer service excellence. Okay, that's very important. They should have an appetite for a customer service excellence. Okay,
Yeah.
and when we say customer service excellence, they have to learn to excel. Okay, that's where the skilling part comes in. Okay, then they should have a cultural competence. Now it is an open world. Okay, so what is required is cultural competency. Okay, so adaptability, adjustability, and understanding various diverse cultures. See, in India, we are blessed because we say unity in diversity. So we are born in that. We are born with that. But taking that into the global perspective, it is that trait is quite important, the cultural competence. Then comes a problem solving and adaptability. You need to have an attitude to solve problems. Come in with the one who can solve the problems. Then, of course, technical operational skills are paramount.
Yeah.
So these skills are paramount, and leadership and teamwork, I mean, needs no mention. So these are basically the areas that one can, think about when
Absolutely.
coming to the hotel industry.
Absolutely. And so very interesting thing you mentioned right now was that now the world has become a open plate. So especially in hospitality, I think the first business to get impacted by anything globalization is hospitality, right? We have world cuisines out there. We have global clients which are coming in. Also, Indians have started traveling a lot, so their expectations are rising a lot. They are used to the finest standards of luxury, because of the virtue of their travel, as a part of the skilling, and skill development, this thing, sir. How do you make sure that you are imparting enough hands-on training to students, to tackle what is happening in India and globally? Because bookish knowledge is one thing, but how to deal. So basically, what one of the examples you had mentioned about an attitude, about customer service and everything, while we can develop it through a bookish knowledge, but when we are facing the heat of the customer, how do you make sure that your students or anybody who is learning these skills from you is prepared enough to react very positively in any adverse situations?
Right. Thank you again for the question, and very interesting. So what is extremely important in this entire thing is the methodology of learning, as you rightly pointed out. Okay, how do we do it? Now, I'll give you some figures, just the figures before I get into the methodology. Okay, the figures are India alone has almost around 500,000 of rooms right now in terms of the star category rooms, okay, classified star categories. Apart from that, there is an unstructured, I mean, informal segment. There are hotels, there are lodges, there everything which are not enormous, okay. And by the year 2025, this is India I'm talking.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, by the year 2025, another 10 years, 2034, okay, another 30 million rooms will get added.
Wow.
In the entire world. Okay.
That's enormous.
Which is 3 millions. I'm sorry, 3 million rooms, not 30 million, 30 lakhs in the entire world. That is the structured. So the non-structured again would be vast.
Yeah.
Okay. So why did I mention this? The objective to mention is everywhere. Why does a person go to a hotel? What brings a person to a hotel?
Yeah.
In one word, there's only one word: experience.
True.
Nothing else than that. It is purely one word what gets a person into a hotel.
Experience.
It's experience. Levels differ. Right. So first thing should be experiential learning. The first thing that we need to, am I audible?
I can hear you well, sir.
Yeah. The first thing we need, am I audible, Rachit?
Yeah. We can hear you well.
So when I say experiential learning, I would take a minute to also bring in Presidency College of Hotel Management here. Okay.
Sure.
Presidency College of Hotel Management, I'm sure there are other colleges as well. I'm just naming it because I'm part of it. I can relate it well. Okay. We believe in the LEM model, LEM, Learning Enterprise Model. Okay. Now, what is a learning enterprise model? It is a school within a hotel. Okay. Which means that while you're learning, you're also enterprising. You're connected. It is not that a hotel school is on one aspect and then a hotel experience, again, you go to other hotels for experience. No, it is a school within a hotel. Okay. Yeah. So there are many others, I'm sure, who are practicing this. But what with us, we are pioneers in this. We have been doing this from ages. So coming back to a question, that what kind of methodology do we incorporate into the learning, today's learning? It is more about experiential. Theory, it is definitely there. There are theory curriculums, contents, which is going on. But apart from that, there are real-time experiences. There are real-time, I wouldn't call them practical. Yes, they're practical by the curriculum. It is a theory and practical, but mostly it is simulated experience. We do a lot of simulations.
Okay.
Okay. So there would be a lot of simulations. There will be a lot of cases, lot of situations which are created, which real time a student are able to grasp. So that is where exactly a LAM model differs from other hotel schools or any other areas, you know. So wherever the LAM model is getting preached, it is an advantage. I'm not talking about that others are not at an advantage. Others are also at an advantage, but this is an added advantage. Then there are project-based learning. See, we have always spoken about industrial training. A typical hotel management course has, you know, theory, then a practical in the college, and then you go to the industry.
Yes.
You get exposed to a hotel and do an IT, industrial training. So in a LAM model, particularly, we do a HOE in the first year. See, the courses that we technically do here, okay, are 4 years BHM, 2 years diploma from American Hotel Lodging Educational Institute. So, and certification. So wherever it is, the curriculum is like theory and then practical within the campus, and then comes the hotel operational exposure. The term is HOE, hotel operational exposure. So likewise, there are a couple of, there are internships is a way to get exposed. Simulations is a way to get exposed. Hotel operational exposure is a way to get exposed. Project-based learning is a way to get exposed in terms of your experiential thing, the practical side of it.
Yeah. Wonderful. Because, you know, I always feel that, you know, and I think this is a brilliant way of minimizing the gap between what is being taught and what is a practicality. Because, you know, if we can reduce that, then I think students or anybody who is learning is very, very apt for, you know, getting a real-time or I would say job readiness. Because, you know, in most of the professional courses, we see that the person who is graduating is professionally qualified, but is he job ready? That's a very, very different thing altogether. And I think how you are solving is a brilliant approach to that, sir. Sir, also wanted to understand you know, more from you about skilling, because that is where this industry is you know, is dependent on everything. What, according to you, you know, as somebody who is a leader of this industry, do you feel what are the challenges do you feel which are not being solved by the current ways of learning or imparting knowledge or skilling, and what we as industry, you as you know, people who are at the top of the industry chain can do to make the young students who are coming in get trained better or retraining, and not everybody who wants to work in you know, fancy hotels can afford a fancy degree. So can there be you know, lower end of training modules which can be developed to groom these people, because that's a major intake which can be done. Just want to know your opinions and your viewpoints on that.
Extremely, again, a brilliant question, Rachit. And, you know, yes, skill is the way forward. And what is the difference? I always say this, what is the difference between being trained and being skilled? Okay. Is there a difference or are they same? So when it is, you know, I say I am trained on a certain area, and I have a certificate, fair enough, I'm trained. But skill is putting the training into employment, into employability. Okay. So when I either I'm self-employed or I am employed, there's an exchange of my skill, my technical orientation areas in terms of money, in terms of employment, pure thing. So that is where training and skill differs. So what happens is, in terms of the skilling ecosystem, I'm sure you must be aware. There is a body called National Skill Development Corporation,
Yes.
NSDC.
Yes.
Okay, and NSDC was earlier under Ministry of Finance. Now it is under Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, MSDE.
Yeah.
Under National Skill Development Corporation, there is Tourism and Hospitality Sector Skill Council.
Yeah. THSC.
Okay, THSSC.
Yeah.
Now, how has it come? I'll take a minute to,
Sure.
explain to the audience. I'm sure the audience is much aware, but still I feel that I should put it in.
Absolutely.
Is that we started to first, we are talking about skills here, right? So we started to first take cognizance of occupations. What are the occupations? Okay, so, hoteliering is not an occupation, it's an industry. So an occupation is probably food and beverage service.
Yeah.
And the designation to it, the role to it, an associate food and beverage service or a supervisor food and beverage service. So what happens is, their National Occupational Standards were formed, NOS.
Okay.
So every occupation, right from a cobbler to a doctor, became under a occupational standard. So these occupational standards were later, NOSs were grouped under a skill council. So why a skill council came into the picture? The skill council came into the picture to, again, I told you about standard, training, assessment, reward. So if there is no skill council, sector skill council, I will have my own standard, you will have your own standard, he will have their own standard. So there will be no standards.
Yeah.
So because of that standard, that and the rewards and etc., the skill council came into the picture. So all the hospitality trades have been grouped under Tourism and Hospitality Sector Skill Council. Okay. Then came the levels. Housekeeping or F&B service, there is one associate, there is one team leader, there is one supervisor, there is one manager. So what are the differences? Then came the NSQF levels, National Skill Qualification Framework.
Wow.
So under NOS is, let's say, housekeeping. Associate housekeeping is NSQF level 1, and manager or executive housekeeper is NSQF level 8. So Rachit, a parallel system is getting slowly emerged.
Yeah.
Okay, a skill-based system, a complete employment-based system, apart from our academics, which is happening. Okay, so now coming back to all these, if you group this up and bring it down to the hospitality industry that we were talking about right now, what are the courses? You asked a very, very fine questions that, okay, we understand the degree, the diploma, the cost and all. What about for the common masses? What can they do it? The common youth? Okay. Tourism and Hospitality Sector Skill Council has short-term courses. Okay. Now they have short-term courses called START, START, START. Okay. Under American Hotel Lodging Educational Institute. Okay. Okay. HLAI. Those courses one can self-study and it can be taught also. We teach from Presidency College, we teach, but it can be self-taught also. Okay. Very, very, minimal. Yeah. Right. That's the thing. So for the masses, for the youths who are aspirational, these Tourism and Hospitality Sector Skill Council can, along with HLAI, can have this. They can avail. And
also, this is very amazing.
There comes Presidency College again, and colleges like us who can moderate. Along with that content, we can also give them the coaching. We have a very, very concise 3 months course With practical, it costs 30,000 rupees. That's all.
Wow.
And it is affordable, and employment is guaranteed within Royal Orchid Hotels, because we are 106 hotels across India. Royal Orchid has 106, and we are still growing hotels across India.
Amazing.
And we have got 6,000 teammates working along.
Wow.
So
That's
only Royal Orchid also can have, and apart from the entire industry.
absolutely.
Sorry.
Absolutely. This is amazing, sir. Actually, the kind of in-depth what you have just explained to all of us, and because there are a lot of aspirant students who will be watching this, so they'll benefit a lot, because I didn't know that it's how you explained all the roles and how the nomenclature sort of came about, and also all these different type of courses. Because I was always wondering, how do people who are aspiring to sort of work in larger chains, how do they get trained, and how they can get the best of the trainings at affordable prices. So thank you so much for sharing that, sir. So moving to my next thing, which I wanted to sort of, because you mentioned that in 2020, just before Corona, the entrepreneur bug bit you, and you started your own consulting firm. So I just wanted to understand more about that, sir. And what kind of work are you doing there? What kind of consultancy services are being provided there?
Okay, we are into various divisions of hospitality, or a process, primarily a process. Okay, it can be operations, it can be sales and marketing, it can be skill development, it can be any functions. Whichever the functions, we are process enablers.
Okay.
We enable and enhance processes. Okay, we come into a process. We are a business concierge. We carry the load of the promoters,
Yeah.
and we maneuver it. We become a business concierge. We carry it, and at times we are business doctors. We come in with kind of why, how it could be done better. See, anything which is doing good can do better. Anything which is doing better can do best.
Wow.
So there's always the growth curve is always up.
Yeah.
And what are we? We are aggregators. What do? We bring the best solutions, and we try to engage people, right? So that is how we do. So that's about it. That's about my
Amazing. Amazing.
small little company, and
Amazing.
where
Amazing.
we
So,
we
is it
partner.
fair to say that you work shoulder to shoulder with business owners and making sure that the business makes a lot of, at the end of the day, a lot of money?
You absolutely hit the button at the right place. Okay, yes, we work with the business owners, we work with the leadership, and yes, money definitely, yes. At the end of the day, it boils down to money. But there are a lot of other aspirational quotients, Rachit. It's not only money which all the time is on the top. Money definitely matters. Okay, that's a business case. But apart from that, there are so many aspirations. Now, Shiftz, for example, you from Shiftz, you have a vision. Now, that is the vision is beyond money, and the money is a business case. Okay, so what we try to do is we try to connect. We try to connect the vision, money, operations, process all together, and we try to bring in a lot of automations.
Wow.
Sorry, we try to bring in a lot of automations.
Amazing. Amazing. So,
Because the process can be only scaled up. The process can be only scaled up if you can automate it.
absolutely. Absolutely. I'm a firm believer of that.
So our students, I can say for our students, I'm sure there are others also do it. Whenever I say I am using the term R because I can vouch for it. Our students are more tech savvy. We have smart boards across the classrooms. We do not have whiteboards. We're done away with it. We have smart boards. We have tabs. We have PMS integration. We have CRM integrations that we show them. So,
Wow.
so
So you're
lot of
actually
this.
teaching your students on technology also, like the hotel technology, how to use PMS, how to
Absolutely.
use inventory management.
Absolutely.
That's amazing.
Absolutely.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Hats off. So, sir, keeping in view of the time, I have two last questions for you. Firstly, I wanted to understand, because you are I think you are doing such a fabulous job in teaching students a wholesome curriculum about how to be operators of a particular property and not just entering and feeling lost. Because I was sitting with somebody last week, and they happened to run one of the very large POS companies, and they were saying most of the people who are coming in, they're not trained on the systems. And that's what a hotel owners or the management's biggest nightmare is, that if the person leaves, again the new joinee comes, they might be professionally trained and qualified, but how do they get trained on the technology which is being used to run the. And I think you are doing a fabulous job there. So basically, what I wanted to ask you, how do you make sure that the entire team, the curriculum, your entire set of teachers, whoever is working with you, how are they keeping updated about whatever? Because there is something happening in India, but there are a lot of things which are happening abroad. So how do you make sure that you are keeping a track of the latest technology which is coming in, the latest trends, the latest changes in behavioral also? So for example, we're all talking about sustainability right now. Sustainability in hospitality was never spoken about. We are talking about lifestyle changes, right? A lot of new lifestyle changes have come in. People are vegan, people are doing keto friendly, all sorts of different dietary requirements have come in. So I think they are just changing overnight. Every fortnight there is a new term which has come out. So how do you make sure that you are on top of it? That you're absorbing everything, you know what's happening in the industry, and your teachers know, your management knows, and eventually it's being passed on to the students, so when they are in the out there, they are not left blank.
Rachit, this question actually excites me a lot because it gives me an opportunity to talk more
Yes.
now
Yeah.
on my institute that I represent today,
Sure.
uh, rather than the fraternity.
Yeah.
You have hit it like this.
Mm.
So what is it that it's different here? You spoke about the technology, right? You're talking about the technology. So what is happening is the students of Presidency College of Hotel Management from day one, Presidency College of Hotel Management, Bangalore, from day one, when they enter through the gates of a five-star classified hotel.
Oh.
Okay, that's how they come in. So that's where the college is housed. So they get acclimatized. So now coming back to technology, when they are taught front office, we have live PMSs operating with us, whether Hotel Logics, whether IDS, Cloud, the latest one. So it is just a flare of steps that takes them down to the main hub where things are happening real time.
Yeah.
Guests are checking in, checking out, all those things are happening. Okay. Then we have 150 sales team members across India, all connected through Salesforce. We use the CRM Salesforce.
Yes.
So that also our kids, the hotel, the college kids, they are aware of, they know what is being done. And all our lecturers are professors. Rachit, I'm very blessed to have them. They are mostly ex-IHM principals, ex, learned faculties. The strength of our college is faculty and the atmosphere. So technology is built into our students from day one. Okay.
Wow.
So they kind of they grow up. And that's the reason we have 100% placement till date. And to tell you the truth, very few of them within Royal Orchid Hotels, all are outside.
Wow.
I mean,
Wow.
it's an open market. They're
Amazing.
they're with the Leelas, they're with Ananta Hotels. Okay, they're there with so many abroad, everywhere. So technology is there, and our all our faculties, we have a culture of knowledge exchanges. So we keep ourselves updated and we share with each other what is happening, what is not happening. We have our own self-development program. Like I myself, I'm doing an advanced strategic management course from IIM Codicode. Okay, so I'm doing it. Likewise, there are other of my colleagues who are also doing it, because learning has no ends, Rachit. And if we If we do not learn, how would you give back? It's very clear.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Amazing. That is so true. That is so true.
And there's also, sorry, I'm coming in. I wanted to add this. Also, there is an opportunity for our students to learn and earn,
Yes.
because we have a hotel.
Yeah.
So we don't believe on those things that, okay, is there practical, so don't pay them. No, let them also full-fledgedly learn and earn together
Very true.
and,
Very true.
and groom up.
Very true. So thank you so much for such a brilliant session. And coming to an end, just because of the timing, I would this is so interesting and so engrossing. I am myself and learning so much about this industry, how it functions, what are the different nuances, and I think we'll definitely have a follow up podcast with you where we can pick up one section and go deeper, because you have so much to share that I think 45 minutes or 1 hour will not do justice to that. So just one last thing, what are your golden tips which you would like to share with students who are aspiring to either enter the industry, or youngsters who are already in the industry and want to grow the ranks?
Great. The first tip that I would like to say the youngsters out there who are listening to this podcast today, or in the evening, or in the morning, or in the afternoon, whichever time and in time zones, is first believe in yourself.
Yes.
First thing is believe in yourself that you can do it. Okay. I'm not talking about what you want to do. Believe in yourself, you can do it. Now, I would come to the next stage. If you aspire to offer your services to the ecosystem, if you aspire to make somebody happy, okay, if you aspire to be in the ecosystem, and while making somebody happy, and somebody celebrate their occasions, okay, you would like to grow, you would like to see the world, you would like to have yourself on the pinnacle of the success, do not bother for it what qualification you stand at the moment. Do not bother about it. Do not feel that, oh, then should I need to be a minimum a graduate, or should I need to be a 12th standard pass out? Even if you are a 8th standard pass out, you have a career with the hospitality industry. Even if you are a 5th standard pass out, you have a career with the hospitality industry. Guaranteed career. If you can give yourself to us, we will give back your career to you.
Wow.
Okay. If you are a 5th standard student, if you're an 8th standard pass out, if you're a 10th, if you're 12th and above. So decide to make your career. Decide to make your career in one of the, I wouldn't take a note in terms of percentage, 100, 200, 300. That doesn't make sense. In one of the strongest sunrise industry which is coming up. I wouldn't call it sunrise industry because it's already an industry.
Yes.
Hospitality. It will be booming. It would be booming. I would suggest the students, and particularly the students who would, who would aspire to see themselves across the globe, across positions. Today, hotel management professionals, I'm not talking about graduates, mind my words.
Yes.
I'm not using the term hotel management graduates. I'm saying hotel management professionals. You could be a 5th standard pass out. You could have the willingness to learn. That's the second thing. And an aptitude to grow. I can commit to you. Reach out to me. Reach out to me. It is my commitment. We will build your career. That is a commitment. So
amazing.
Whether it is 5th standard pass out, whether it is 8th standard pass out, whether it is 10th standard pass out, I again reiterate the fact, if you aspire to be in life something, make yourself meaningful. And I do not say something in terms of money. I do not say something in terms of growth. I mean something which will make you happy, which will make you happy in the society, which will make you lead a meaningful life.
Absolutely.
And enjoy a meaningful income. reach out to us. We are all there. The entire hospitality
Wonderful,
fraternity
sir.
is there.
Wonderful, wonderful,
Reach out to us. We will grow it.
wonderful. So passion over qualification, right? Awesome, awesome. With that brilliant note, sir, thank you so much for gracing us today. I still wish we had more time, but we'll definitely do a follow up on this one. And it's been such an inspiring, talking to you, because coming from a non-hospitality background and now teaching students, inspiring millions of people to be a part of this beautiful industry. And as you rightly said, anybody who has a passion, I think that's what's the taking forward essence for me, is that if you have a passion, you can achieve whatever you want in life. Everything else might be you can believe that it's a roadblock, but it's not. I think your passion is the biggest door opener for any roadblocks or any potholes or any full stop or any commas which might come across your way or your path to success. So thank you, sir. Thank you for your inspiring words. Thank you for sharing so much wisdom and knowledge with us today. We look forward to more interactions with you. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Rachit, Mathur, and Shiftz. Thank you so much. It's a wonderful thing that you have been doing. I wish you all the best, and do as much as possible to reach the good things out into the market, so
Thank you,
that
sir.
so that everybody gains out of it. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.